the 16-year-old wonder kid scored his first goal of this tournament in a grand style, putting Spain to the finals of the Euros 2024 tournament. Yamal is a wonderful kid. He has been the player for me, the player of the tournament. He took Spain to the finals of the Euros 2024. We are going to be analyzing all that happened in that game. Good morning and welcome to Vote Sports. My name is Godwin and I'm here with the studio with the A team to analyze all that happened yesterday. Good morning also. How are you?
I'm good.
Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Let's talk about this Spain game in general before we talk about this young player. Spain took this game to France. They outplayed France from beginning of the game to the end of the game. France didn't actually play the way we expected them to play. They were defending and they were trying to hit them on the counter attack, but Spain stuck with their own formation, stuck with what they used to play since the first day of this tournament, and they came out that game 2-1 also. How did you see this game?
That's champ. How far? That's champ. Wetin happen? It's just a question I ask, because how will you keep changing every game? You see one or two introductions to the game, you ask yourself, what's up? What is wrong with this man? In the World Cups, you stuck with one formation and it helped you till the end. In this Euro now, every week you're changing starting lineup. This is not a test and trial game now, for crying out loud. It's a final game. It's one of the games that when you win it, you go to the finals and you're testing formations. Okay, fine. The person introduced in this game that started in the game got him an early goal, but was not enough. We keep rotating squad. This is not the league game where you say you rotate squad until the 20th match of the season. This is cup game. You start from the first game of the season and you play that formation till you get results. Now, yesterday he rotated squad again. You know, John, they look at the laugh.
John, they laugh because he's laughing because his prediction worked.
John no say this thing go pain me, because if I see that lineup yesterday, I did with John. I say now I go sleep. I just the vest, like you get this vest when you go vest, you no go fit. I know, but this champ, you no try at all. I just saw that game as one of those games that you shouldn't have lost.
Let's stay with France. Him not starting Griezmann. Griezmann is the only creative player that he had in the team. I was surprised when I saw the lineup, and he's playing practically three defensive midfielders. Now there are no attackers. They are hoping that somehow Mbappe will do a magic. And John was saying yesterday, let the real Mbappe stand up.
Stand up. And he no still stand up.
Still start yesterday.
He ain't carry crutches come this. Ain't carry crutches come this Euro. Seriously. But wait, last night, no Griezmann, no 100% Mbappe. Kolo Muani that was played. Maybe he tried. Then you're playing. Come on now. Who in his right senses will play Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Kante, and Rabiot?
It's Rabiot.
And Rabiot, who in his right senses to play these three players against Spain? Against Spain, it's a long ball. You need someone with vision. Camavinga has vision. You need someone with vision to send that long ball.
I was telling you that Rabiot is his son.
You need someone with vision to send those long balls in. Even the appraised, hyped Saliba. Yesterday, at least there are some balls if you're good on the ball. There are some game you see somebody running at the defender. You skip midfielder, skip side passing, send the long ball to the player running forward. And he didn't do that yesterday.
Let's leave Saliba alone, because his job is to defend. Whether he is moving the ball forward. Now, John, let's stay with France, because you got your prediction right yesterday. You gave it to Spain to win France, and you got your prediction right. So how did you see that game, John?
You know, for me, it was...
For John, the game was fantastic.
You know,
it was a beautiful game for John.
It was a beautiful game for John. Nothing to say. John, just say it. It was a beautiful game. End of story.
It was a beautiful game, fantastic game. The guy that people have been calling a child with potential showed that he's a star in the making, and we all saw his lights. We all saw the excellence. We all saw, we are still reeling from the jaw-dropping goal that he scored, and a lot of people are going to be, taking some classes from him in the coming years, And France fell woefully. It's just a shame to see Didier Deschamps unable to do a double as a player and as a manager, winning this title, and also going forward into the finals. I was expecting them to lose, but not so woefully, because they didn't have an answer for for all the goals that Spain scored. They didn't have an answer. You can't even look at where the leadership is coming from. You can't even look at where they are going to save themselves from.
I think him not starting Griezmann was the main thing for me.
For me, like I don't understand why Adrien Rabiot must start. I don't understand why Adrien Rabiot must start.
That guy is
I don't understand it. I really don't.
And now we'll blame Gareth Southgate. Calvin Phillips is not in the side and they are still playing good football. And he's playing fine without him. Man, put this guy on the bench. Last game, Rabiot didn't play. We saw a different side of the France midfield. We saw a different pro-aggressive. Though they were not really creating much chances. They were not scoring goals, but they were creating chances. Just that the front three were busy. I don't know what I'll call it now. Busy dribbling their chances away. Give this forward line a pass. Send those passes forward. And that was what, in the last game, that was what France was literally doing. Sending those passes forward. But yesterday, they were just passing sideways like the England we saw in the group stage. Pass to Rabiot, pass to this person, Kante, pass it back to Saliba, pass it back to Mekano. And that was just what they were doing throughout the game. No forward movement. It was crazy for me to just see a France side play absolutely nothing for 90 minutes. Create less than... normally a France side will create at least 18% chances, then score 2. But in this game, they didn't create up to 10 chances. Now the shot, people will say they created chances. They played 15 shots. They played 7 on target. Those are not chances created. You could stay from halfway across the field and play a shot on goal. Harry Kane did it in the Bundesliga. He does it in the Premier League. Anybody can stay halfway across the pitch and play a shot on goal. But creating chances means taking the ball forward to the position half.
There's no creative midfielder to do that for them.
And there was nobody there to do it for them. Even the strikers that were supposed to drop deep and join the midfield did not.
I can remember Mbappe saying that when Pogba was there, he could make a blind run and Pogba will find him.
Definitely.
But now nobody to do that for him.
Matuidi will find you running with his blindfold. Definitely.
For me, all these points are valid, but let's not forget that you can't keep expecting the same outcome and doing the same things. You have to change something, and these guys are not available. They did not adapt or plan for this situation or scenario without them. And if you look at, for me, I felt that coming into this game, France played too many defensive midfielders and not enough attacking midfielders. For me, for the first time yesterday, they got the mixture and the formation right up front. Mbappe, Muani, Dembele, and then in the midfield they got it wrong. So there should be something. They should change that setup and take Rabiot out.
So now in that team, he didn't use any of them. One of them, he didn't even use the ball at all
throughout the tournament.
That is Zara Emery, the boy from PSG. He's creative. He didn't even use him at all throughout this tournament. Then Griezmann, that is a little bit creative, he didn't start him. I don't know what his problem is. Let's talk about Spain. First of all, let's talk about the young boy. Yamal, he is 16 years old. For me, he scored the goal of the tournament. He scored the goal of the tournament. He has the world on his feet. He is not taking Spain to the finals. Now, this whole, in general, Spain, for me, by merit, I think Spain should deserve to be in this fight. By merit, they deserve to.
After this game now, I don't even need to play final. Just give them the cup, maybe they go out. See, the only consistent team, now I'll have to side with John a bit here, but it depends me, so I'm going to side with this guy. But the only consistent team in this tournament so far, even Germany did not meet that standard. The only consistent team so far in this tournament is Spain. They've been giving you performance in midfield. Rodri has been fantastic so far. Fabian Ruiz is still giving credit to Don Carlo Ancelotti and other coaches. They've been fantastic so far in midfield. Going forward, we will say they don't have strikers, but the strikers' job now, you're not seeing the strikers' job. Create chances, make runs that would make other defenders follow you while there's space for someone else to score. And that's what Morata has been doing fantastic. This was the same thing Giroud did in the 2018 World Cup. And that's what Morata is doing in this Euro 2024. And you say, how come is this side this stable? It's because they brought in the best players in each team. In Barca, you have Pedri and Lamine Yamal. In Atletico Madrid, you have Nico Williams. In Man City, you have...
You not even call these people the best team, because if you look at what I experienced in Saudi Arabia...
No, I mean the best players in each team they play for. In Man City, you can't take... If you take away Rodri from that side, they lose a game. Yeah. Though they score goals, but they lose the game. And he's the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League currently. The best winger in Spanish La Liga is Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams. for Atletico Bilbao. And
sure.
so it's like when we criticize this team in the beginning, I went back to do my research and I said this is the best players. These are the best young fruits. Zubimendi is like the king of Real Sociedad.
Sure.
You can't, if you take him out of that midfield in Real Sociedad, you're suffering. Moreno is one of the best substitute players. You could bring him anytime and he will get you goals. He's the best in what he does. Everybody in that team is the best at what they do. And yet, a France side does not have a stable midfield to handle them. So I'll give it to Spain. Just end the show. Let's go home. Because England cannot, even if England survive this night, it's still not coming home.
It's not coming.
It's not. And the English side have learned to stop using that word. If you tell anybody, I'm coming home, you tell you no, change the sentence. Use another different sentence.
Spain will just qualify for this tournament. Okay, if you look at this Spain setup, I keep saying it on this show. I like coaches that have a plan. Stick to your plan. The only way you grow is have a plan and stick to it. That's why I have a problem with the English game. You are adapting to your opponents. Your opponent is playing by defensive. He say it's tactics. But this guy, this Spanish coach,
because he has the team to play to that style.
Look at England have a team.
I'm saying they don't have a team to play to his style.
Look at this Spain team. They have a young players. This Yamal started playing this season. Not that he has been playing before for Barcelona. He started this season. This Nico Williams probably started first team football fully this season. He trusted this style. He had only that have a formation that works. Play around those formations. Even if it's not working. Okay, look at he lost Pedri. He lost Carvajal. But what he just did, he just replaced them for likes. He didn't actually change the formation because one player was injured or one player was unavailable. So if you have to give the coach his flowers,
obviously you have to give him his flowers. You have to also look at the backroom staff behind the coach and give them their flowers too, because this is a collective decision. When you're picking a team or a side for the national team for a competition like the Euros, you have to sit down and plan and finish this competition before you start it. You have to look at the players you are going to be needing in each position. How can you get at least a like-for-like player who can come in and do a job? And they did their job well. And it's things like this that let you know that these guys have done their homework. They've covered all their bases and they are ready to go for a title celebration, if you ask me.
Why I like what John is saying is that if you are a coach and you get your tactics right,
they sing you praises, man. Your head with it. Overgood, they worry you.
If nobody they knock them out from the group stage,
people are laughing to knock them out.
Why would they select? See, now I'm giving them credit, Abi, because I saw the team perform. But I'm saying they are the best. If they have knocked them out from the group, I say, why will you start a Zubimendi? When you have I'll go criticize now. Normally in our job, you see good job, you praise. You see a very terrible job, you criticize. But this Spanish side, I've said this before, they are the best in their club side. Nico Williams last season was fantastic, playing under as in coming as a substitute for his elder brother Inaki Williams. He got the job done. He was learning. See, he has leaders around Bilbao, while Oyaxbao has team of leaders around him in Real Betis, while Moreno and the rest have teams around them in their club Real Sociedad. So you say these are players that you would want to give credit to for being the best in their clubs. So the coaches deserve praise, but because the players are doing the job, are getting the job done. Man.
Okay, John. Okay, so let me ask you the question. Do you think Yamal should be the player of the tournament? I know the tournament has not finished. I know. But they are playing England. You cannot actually say that, okay, they are playing England or Netherlands. You cannot select a player that is fantastic in those both two teams.
Sure.
The exceptional player, I'm just saying. But I'm saying this boy that
Jude don't want.
No, Jude has underperformed.
Jude don't want.
As seriously
he's been the savior. He's been the savior for English side.
Underperformed in this tournament.
He has been the savior for English side.
If you put him side by side Yamal, I pick Yamal any day, anytime for that trophy for the best player of this competition.
Okay, now so for France, do you think they should keep the coach and continue with Deschamps, because he has been there since 2017 or so?
He's been there since 2016. Since 2015.
So he's been there for a very long time. Do you think they should move on with him, or do you think they could still? Because if you look at this tournament, they didn't actually. I can't remember a game that they played well throughout the tournament. Somebody said something on this show. I don't know if it was you, John, or not. So he was showing that their luck will run out, and somebody posted on our YouTube channel that
Yes.
Grace
that
will
finish.
expire.
Yes,
Yeah, that was John, man. That was
that
John.
was
man.
But
Yeah.
he expired. So I think he played this tournament hoping, riding on luck. Do you think they should continue? He should continue. So he should
The
continue
only,
as a coach.
if you look at the lineup of
Because there
coaches,
is Zidane that is waiting for that job.
I'm getting there. If you look at the lineup of coaches that would take the Spanish job, you say let him continue. Except you want to look at the record of except you want to look at the record of Zidane in club side where he did a wonderful 3-peat in the Champions League and he said, okay, give it to Zidane. Aside that 3-peat in the Champions League, he came back to Real Madrid and didn't get any trophy. So that 3-peat is as the result of the top players he had on his side then. So looking at the France side now, you say, give it to Zidane. Which player is he going to bring in? He's not going to bring in a Cristiano Ronaldo. He's not going to bring in a Gareth Bale. He's not bringing in. He's not bringing in
This is why this job is so difficult.
He's not bringing in a Benzema.
Sure.
You get, but this job now, if he comes in, you need him to start building. So you need him to start getting at least 4 years. Maybe the next, after this Euros now, Desiam's contract expires. You say, okay, bring it Zidane. The next Euros don't get us anything. The next World Cup don't get us anything. Just be there, because that's what you'll be giving him, so he can build a team for the next Euros, maybe the Euros 2028 or Euros 2032. That is what he should be working towards. Not even the 2028. The World Cups 20. The next one, not this 2026, 2030 maybe, not this 2026. Because if you get him in now, he would be woeful in that position.
Do you think that the chance will continue
after the World Cup? Yes, till the World Cup. Maybe an understudy should come and join him now. Then after the World Cups, he can go.
لامين يامال الآن تسديدة ملعوبة. أربع دقائق بعد ذلك تمكن هذا الفنان داني أولمو من تسجيل الهدف الثاني لصالح المنتخب الإسباني. بوم في الزاوية اليمنى.